Hi, Jim and Lynda Lloyd here. We are a husband and wife real estate team from Horizon West, Florida area, but today we're going to be talking about Claremont.
That's right. If you have been looking to move to the Orlando area, there's a very good chance that Claremont has come up multiple times in your video searches and your Google searches as one of the best places to live.
Absolutely. And if you are watching this video, then you're probably thinking about moving to Central Florida. And so before we get started, if you're overwhelmed or there's lots of different places that are coming into your head, we have set up a quiz that might help narrow down that search a little bit.
Yeah, so if you look in the description below, you'll see a link to take our quiz, or it's on screen, and you can just scan that QR code. I'm not sure where it is.
Where it will be.
Where it will be. But you can take a look at that quiz, answer a few questions, and you know what? There is a pretty good chance
that Claremont might come up as your choice.
As one of the choices. So we're sitting here in downtown Claremont. We're right in front of the City Hall and right on Montrose Street.
Yeah.
And this area gets really busy throughout the year.
It does, it does. They have a lot of events that happen throughout the year. Right now we're here on a Saturday afternoon and it's pretty quiet.
It's pretty quiet. It looks like they're
nice.
Picking up or closing down from a 5K that they had today through the area. Lynda and I have gone to a couple of wine strolls that are sponsored in this downtown area, which is pretty fun. A lot of the shops participate and things like that. But you might be asking yourself, well, why Claremont?
Why Claremont?
And so Claremont is an area that has great affordability. And it's also one of the very few places in all of Florida that has rolling hills.
Yes, that is definitely something that, you know, people come here, it's really flat. And so they'll be like, oh, you have to check out Claremont, the rolling hills of Claremont.
There's actually elevation.
Yeah, there's actually elevation. And so it is really pretty. And I mean, that's really something like a goal that we have with this video is to give you a sense or a vibe or a feeling as to what Claremont is like.
Yeah, why choose Claremont?
Why choose Claremont?
It's a pretty awesome place.
Yeah.
The downtown is just one element of it.
It's small town, charming, very fun, and they do events. Like Jim mentioned, the wine stroll. That was so sweet. I think we just got, you know, each of the vendors and each of the stores have a wine that they're offering for the night, and you can go along, and there's people pushing strollers. It's very family friendly, and it's great date night. It's a great evening out, and it's just one of the things that they do.
Yeah, right here, actually.
Like I think it's first Friday of every month.
First Fridays, they do food trucks right in this area, right where we're sitting. That's always very well attended. You'll find the farmers market here on Sundays.
Oh yeah.
Right down the street here, right on Montrose. And they'll clear out a few of the blocks that are here. And
again, it's great. And just to give you a perspective, if you've watched any of our other videos or our video on Winter Garden, it's a little smaller. So they have the farmers market. It's
not as
gigantic. So it's less, you know, it's great. And there's so many things that you will be able to, opportunities and so many things, tastes and sights and sees and vendors, but it is not huge.
Yeah, so, you know, just to give you a little bit of an idea, we're in Lake County. It's a western suburb of Orlando. We're really in the southern part of Lake County, and so there's a lot of things that you'll see which say South Lake.
Yeah.
South Lake is not a different town, it's just southern Lake County.
Yes.
South Lake Chamber of Commerce, as an example, sets up right here in Claremont. Claremont has around 50,000 people as their population. It continues to grow, so that's why I say around, because the numbers continue to grow.
In a place that we tend to have a lot of new construction and new growth, I would say, how do you think Claremont rates in that? Is it like 50-50? Because there definitely are great mature areas here and great homes that are being resold, but there also is a great amount of new construction area and new builds coming up.
Yeah, so Claremont is the home of Wellness Way
and
the Olympus Project. And so really several thousand new homes are going to be coming in as part of Claremont. The southern part of Claremont, from where we are here, which would be in like the 34714 zip code, that is where a lot of the development is happening. That's where literally thousands of acres of what had just recently been farmland
right.
has been sold to be developed and is going to be just amazing living communities, neighborhoods. Olympus project. We'll have another video out soon about the Olympus project, but that is a 5-year plan. It's been probably a 10-year plan, but we're 5 years into it.
Yeah.
So there, in 5 years, you're going to see just an amazing community there.
Yeah. In short, it's going to be its own little village of shopping and entertainment and dining, and a facility for sports training and athletes to come. And you know, it's an amazing project, and it's right across really Route 27 from Lake Louisa State Park, which is also in Claremont.
Yeah. So really, what we're going to do and share with you here today, we'll talk about some of the points of interest. If you're going to come and visit, you want to tour the area and get a feel for it, you really got to probably check out some of these points of interest, because you can't really get a feel for Claremont without checking that out. We're also going to talk about some of the housing options, and there are a lot of housing options because it's such a big area. And we're going to talk a little bit about the price ranges and price levels, so different types of homes. So first off, some of the points of interest.
Lake Louisa State Park,
Lynda just mentioned. Lake Louisa State Park.
Huge.
Definitely have to check that out. It's a Florida state park, obviously. It's, what is it, 4,000 acres?
Over 4,000, 4,500, I think, acres.
Featuring
Lake
Louisa.
Right.
With around 23 miles of hiking trails, biking, and jogging, and all kinds of things.
There's camping, there's glamping, there's cabins that you can
Horseback
rent.
riding.
Horseback riding. There's just so much to do. I believe it's $5 a car to get in, but you can walk in for free if you live in Wellness Ridge. But also, it just is amazing. There's just so much to do there. Kayaking, paddle boarding, boat rentals. It's amazing.
So probably the next point of interest we've already kind of talked about would be Claremont's downtown.
Yeah.
Historic downtown area.
Our daughter lives in Claremont and she loves Claremont downtown.
Come for the shopping, come for the dining,
Great restaurants.
To walk along the waterfront. Lynda and I have been known to bring one of our dogs or both of our dogs here and walk along the waterfront.
It's a beautiful lake.
When we're ambitious, we'll do 3-mile walk or something along the waterfront, which is pretty nice.
In fact, driving along the lake today, there were sailboats out. It's a very active and lively, beautiful lake. There's a playground in there. There's a splash pad for your kids to come and enjoy. Yeah. It's very family oriented, very fun, very beautiful. Yeah. It's a place we went to a lot.
So if you're going to come downtown, if any of our friends are going to come and take a tour, where would you recommend that they stop to get a drink or get a bite to eat?
Pepe's Cantina would probably be my first pick.
I knew you'd say that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
There's a couple breweries. Claremont Brewing Company is really good. I would also say there's a couple of cool markets.
Pepe's does a great brunch though too.
Pepe's has great sangria.
Great
nice
sangria.
Outdoor area.
It's just beautiful.
Some really good table-made guacamole, which is awesome. And they have an amazing view of the lake from where Pepe's is. Anywhere from downtown, except for here, because we would love to show you. There's a great view of the lake from this area, so you'd want to check that out. The next thing, because of the lakes, a point of interest would be the chain of lakes.
Yes.
So I'd never really heard of anything called a chain of lakes before.
Yeah, I didn't realize that there were this much lake life and lake living in Florida.
But it literally means that there's a chain of lakes. They're interconnected. There are passageways in between these lakes. So you could literally spend hours. You could go for the entire day going from one lake to the next. And a lot of people go out on the water, and that's part of their lifestyle.
There's boat rentals. So you can just go and enjoy. It's beautiful.
So from here, from downtown, Lake Mineola, you can connect all the way through to Lake Louisa, to where Lake Louisa State Park is. I think something like, I saw one thing, 11 lakes in the chain of lakes, and I saw another one that had 19 lakes.
Oh.
So I don't know, maybe there's some minor lakes that are interconnected in some way. Very interesting, and I think definitely a piece of the Claremont
The charm of Claremont. Right? It's definitely something that draws people if you want to have that kind of lake life, lake living, home in a lake. And something that brought us also, like of course, you know, I'm going to bring up, if you know me, I'm going to bring up Disney. Two things I love is Disney and lake living. But living in Claremont was about half hour. So we're not that far. It's like 30 to 40. Some parts of Claremont maybe a little bit longer. But if it's important to you to live near Disney, you could live a half hour from Disney in Claremont and be close to the center of town, close to the lakes, close to the entertainment, but it's a little bit, what might bring you out here, it's a little bit more affordable than living closer to the magic.
Definitely a little more affordable as you get a little further out. So we're a little further out, but a great area. I also feel like if we're talking about the lakes, we should probably cue the country music song. Money can't buy you everything,
but it can buy you a boat.
Right?
Yes,
and it can buy me a truck to pull it.
Yes, yes.
We don't have a boat currently, but we hope to, because I would love to spend some afternoons out on the lake fishing, teaching the grandchildren how to water ski sometime. Maybe racing them around on tubes. That would be a lot of fun.
Yes, yeah.
They're a little too young for that right now, but that would be fun. The next thing, and actually where I would suggest starting a tour, if you come to visit and you want to tour with us, my suggestion would be we start at the Citrus Tower.
Citrus Tower is fun, yes.
So not only does Claremont itself in the terrain have elevation, but I think it was in the 70s, they built the Citrus Tower when it was all orange citrus groves.
It's one of the things it's a landmark, definitely a landmark for Claremont.
You can see it from a lot of places.
You can see it from all over. And when you take a ride up in the Citrus Tower, you will be able to see 360-degree view.
Yeah, there's like this whole observation deck at the top.
You can see all the way out. There are signs that will point you out to, like, this direction is Horizon West, this direction is Walt Disney World.
And you can see for miles.
You can see for miles.
You can really see for miles, which I think is why it's a great place to start.
It's a great place to start, and it's a coffee shop downstairs.
And there's a coffee shop downstairs,
so you can
which is awesome.
Nice,
they have some nice gifts.
Yeah, they had a blueberry cobbler coffee, that latte that is delicious, and you can get a coffee, go up the elevator, learn some fun facts, look around, and then start your tour. So Citrus Tower would be a great place. From
that observation deck, you can see Lake Mineola, you can see Lake Louisa. You can really span the area to get a feel for it. So nearby is also Mineola, which is also a growing and affordable community, which is really nice. Groveland, which is also a growing area with lots of new construction, kind of going into other farmland. Growing with new construction. And also older homes.
Also a place where generations of family have lived and have been around for a long time.
Yeah. So after the Citrus Tower, the next thing that you'll want to consider would be the National Training Center. And the National Training Center, one of the things, and we'll show you in some of the video, but one of the nicknames for Claremont would be the Choice of Champions.
Choice of Champions.
Because there are a lot of Olympic athletes that train here. There are a lot of triathletes that train here because of the lakes, because of the hills. It's an ideal spot for biking, for running, for swimming. And so the National Training Center is connected to one of our major hospital chains that's here. And it has a track and field area. It has a gigantic weight lifting area, as well as an aquatic center, and a number of athletic fields. So National Training Center, you may have already been at for baseball game tournaments or softball tournaments.
If you've heard of Claremont, that might have been what you were hearing.
Or track and field and cross-country events. They have a lot of them. And I think it's really cool how Claremont is investing in this whole Olympic training kind of identity.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a cool identity. It's bringing a lot of
it's going to bring a lot of value,
active lifestyle kind of things to the area. So I think that's very cool. Showcase of Citrus is also a very interesting place. It's on Highway 27, which kind of leads me to think, let's just talk about geographically. We're on the west side of Orlando. Part of Four Corners, so Highway 27 meets Highway 192 in Four Corners, where Kissimmee and really the hub of the Disney area would be.
Right.
And then coming up Highway 27 towards Highway 50 is all Claremont. And one of the cool kind of tourist areas would be the Showcase of
Citrus. And it has a new location. They just redone it. It's absolutely beautiful. It's just around the corner. They just kind of tuck it back because it became so popular. But they have great little photo ops there. They have
petting zoo.
It's one of our granddaughter's favorite spots to go because she can feed the animals, and they have baby pigs there right now. It's really sweet, and they also have little like you can buy honey and just different
all kinds of oranges.
You can buy
different things
pastries.
with citrus. It's very cool.
You can eat lunch there, have a hot dog, and have a frozen yogurt. It's just a float, a shake. It's a real fun place to go for the family for the afternoon. Couple hours, small enough, but just really, and they do great things on the holidays too. So definitely Showcase of Citrus would be another stop.
And you'll notice that you're getting close because you'll see a school bus that's like on these gigantic monster truck tires and suspension lifted up. It's a great ride that they'll take you out on that bus, and they have other 4x4 vehicles that will take you out. Pretty cool area. And along that same line, nearby to there, Schofield Road is a connector road from Highway 27 to Avalon Road and Winter Garden.
It's where the Wellness Ridge will.
It's where the Olympus Project will be. And all of that is being developed right now.
Right.
But right in the middle of that is Southern Hill Farms, which is just a real gem of the area. It's a you pick type farm.
Yeah, you pick strawberries, you pick sunflower. They have sunflower fields. It's huge.
It's gigantic.
It's really big, but it's like beautiful. There's a wedding venue there, or
there's a whole
it's like a barn with all lights.
Year-round
it's just beautiful.
Fair.
Yeah. There's
children's
a fair.
rides that's there.
That's true. There's rides.
Zoo.
It's really developed.
It's a great place for photos in the sunflower field, right?
Yes.
Very popular spot for that.
Yes.
And a very huge outdoor food truck, but kind of. There was live music playing when we were there.
There's live music. Yeah, it's very hopping, very happening. It's a popular place to go. Spend your whole afternoon. You could spend the whole afternoon there.
So check out Southern Hill Farms.
It's definitely a place to check out and look. And they do events also. For for holidays, they'll have things going on. It's definitely a great place to go. And Claremont, I feel like does do a lot for your family. They do a lot to pull the family together. One of the things we did when we first moved out this way was they had a horse farm. They have a horse farm, and we went and they had it set up and you could do Christmas pictures there. It was just things like that will motivate you to bring your family and come out and enjoy. Claremont feels very family friendly.
Our daughter lives here with our grandchildren, and some of the story times at the library are terrific. There's lots of great kids programs. So
lots of great programs here.
So points of interest, we've shared with you several of those. If you're looking to do a tour and like a self-guided tour, we have several resources we want to share with you. Again, in the link below, you can click on the link, you can get our self-guided tour. One of the tours would be for Claremont. We're going through Claremont.
And we'll have the hot spots on there for you to check out, places you might want to stop to eat.
You can click on a link to get to your Google Maps kind of entire tour that will bring you through these points of interest and bring you through some of the other communities we want to share with you. So now let's turn our attention to real estate. And some of the properties and some of the areas that are here. As Lynda said, there's a lot of mature neighborhoods in Claremont. Houses that were built, going back to the 30s and 40s and 50s.
Right.
And then there's an awful lot of houses that are newer and that have been built more recently. Interesting, as getting ready for this video, doing some research, just in the last 6 months, there have been 771 sales of properties in Claremont, just in Claremont. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of sales in 6 months' time. 25% are new construction, brand new construction. 50% of the sales, so around 480, I think it was, so over 50%, are homes that were built 2022 or newer.
Right, newer homes.
So that's a lot.
That's a lot.
So definitely Claremont is a growing area, newer homes, but also a blend of older homes. There's also a good blend of lakefront homes.
Mostly the
lakefront homes will run you anywhere from 700,000 up to 2 or 3 million.
I felt like there might be some more affordable than that too.
Not lakefront.
Not lakefront.
Near the lake or with a water
Correct.
view.
Right,
but
right.
lakefront is going to be more expensive.
Right.
You know, so all the things that kind of, the factors that go into making things expensive. Location is definitely part of it.
Definitely part of it.
Lakefront is going to be expensive. But because you're in Claremont and you're a little further away,
Right.
in general, the house prices are lower. So I think, you know, in Horizon West, the average sale price is around 670,000.
Right.
In Claremont, it's around 470,000.
Right, right.
So a lot more affordable options. Half of those properties that were sold, actually it's more than half. I think it was out of 771 single-family homes sold, 400 were 500,000 or below.
Wow.
So more than half
Right.
were under 500. Just to give you an idea of the affordability factor. There are also a number of 55 plus, so active senior community homes.
Yes, and I will say that
maybe someday we might find ourselves.
Yeah, so before we moved here, I was like, I'll
community.
never move to, because I had a totally different, coming from the Northeast, I had a very different perspective of what a 55 plus community would look like. And here, it's like, it's fun, it's hopping, there's a lot of activities.
There's year-round activities, yeah.
You'll hear a lot about it, but there's a lot going on. They have, it's
the houses tend to be designed for 55 plus, so
a lot
usually
of single
one
story.
Usually maybe 2 or 3 bedrooms,
Right.
and a lot of other family-friendly
But there's a lot of
areas.
amenities.
It's 3 or 4 or 5 bedroom.
Yeah. They're
Definitely
nice.
pickleball, tennis.
Right, right.
One of those communities, Kings Ridge, is built around a golf course.
Yeah.
So a lot of golf that's there.
Another point of interest we didn't mention about Claremont is great golfing.
Great golfing.
You don't, yeah.
So some of the neighborhoods that you might want to consider, some of the fast selling or some of the popular neighborhoods would be kind of the Sawgrass Bay and Serenoa area.
Great.
Serenoa still developing. Started in like 2018. There's still new homes being built in different Serenoa villages.
What I liked about the Serenoa area was that, again, with the growing and the way that the geography is, where it's, you know, the 4 corners, and we're so close to Disney, like geographically close, but there were no roads, but there is a road coming out for that. So Disney will be a lot closer to people who live in Claremont in that area, in Serenoa.
Yeah, for sure. So that's Sawgrass Bay. Serenoa, we're also talking about Heartwood Landing and Johns Lake area. Those are very popular areas. Palisades is a very popular neighborhood. Bella Terra and Bella Lago has great views. Actually, our dog groomer, if you're in the area and need a dog groomer, she is in that Bella
It's beautiful,
Lago
and again,
area.
it's the rolling hills. So
Rolling hills with a great view of Lake Louisa.
You will go up there.
It's
You will. The houses are a little bit more spaced out. So I think that is something that you'll find in the more mature areas. Is the houses are a little bit more spaced out. Claremont does have that, and it does offer the hills. So as you're driving through, it's very scenic and beautiful.
Yeah. Some of the new construction communities that we want to draw your attention to. We should have videos coming with model home tours and letting you know of the availability. A lot of them are starting to build so that they have inventory homes ready, so you don't have to wait 6 months, but you also have that option. Ridgeview would be one of our favorites.
Definitely.
With Trinity Builders and Land Sea Builders that are there. Wellness Way,
Lennar.
or Wellness Ridge, actually,
Wellness
is the
Ridge.
neighborhood. Wellness Way would be kind of the road that's there in that area. Waterbrook is another community that's really growing and expanding. And then, of course, the Olympus Project. Wellness Ridge itself is planned to have 1,800 new homes being built.
And it's a great time now to take advantage of being on the start of that as it's growing, because I believe those house values are going to go up so much.
They're going to go up significantly. We hear a lot of people that say, should we wait? Is the market coming down? I heard is a big thing we hear from people. I've heard that the prices are dropping all over Florida. And what we could tell you is, on the ground in this area, these new construction communities are increasing.
They're increasing.
And the
demands
houses
are there. People
that
are coming.
were bought in 2020 23, in that same community, they're selling for about 10% more than they were a year ago.
Yep.
The new construction homes. And so,
and as more is coming and there's more to do.
As the Olympus project evolves, as there's more activity in that area, you're just going to see a lot.
You're just going to see a lot.
So I think there's a lot for you to get there. Affordability is key. There are townhomes, there are condos, there are 55 plus communities, there are new construction communities. I think interestingly, I looked up and there were 21 homes that sold for over $1 million. So if you want a luxury location, but you want it to be maybe a little more rural than areas in Winter Garden or Windermere, or Orlando, or the Dr. Phillips area where there's a lot of $1 million plus homes. This is a little further out, so you can typically get it on more land. And because Clermont's so huge, I mean, it's like 19 square miles. Or there's a whole other section where you can get 5 and 10 acre parcels of land and homestead kind of areas.
Yeah, Claremont has a lot. There is a lot to offer, so much more than even what we were able to talk about on this video today. But it is definitely, if you're starting your search, if you are deep in your search, give us a call because we would love to share with you more.
Yeah, and if Claremont was one of your results on the quiz that you took from us, congratulations, because it's a great
place to live.
And we would love to show you around Claremont and spend the afternoon just showing you the sights and showing you homes. And so give us a call. Again, check out our description. You'll find links to the self-guided tours. You'll find a link to taking a quiz. And if there's any way that we can help answer questions, book a call with us, or just reach out, text or call us, and we'd love to help show you why Claremont might be your future home.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.